from east side of Compton, South Park, U.S. You be that close with the camera?
Yeah, you
okay.
Good.
I was born and raised on the west side. I was born on Compton Boulevard. I didn't make it to the hospital. I was born in the car. When they had plans to build a courthouse, I moved to the east side of Compton in '68 on Chester and Laurel.
Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto. Hold up, for the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole.
I went to Roosevelt until the 9th grade, so I caught a murder at 16 and was tried as an adult. The first black youth in California tried as an adult and sent to prison. Before I graduated from the 9th grade, I went to camp, I think a year before that. I went to a summer camp. Not summer camp, I went to a junior camp. I had 6 months and I met a brother named Icky Dawson.
And a few people from Power Street was at Gonzalez Park one day, and my homeboy Lonnie Smith, who's now a famous baseball player, well, he's retired now. He played with Ozzie Smith and all that. That's when they was St. Louis Cardinals. He had a game at Gonzalez Park. And one named Icky Dawson, he just got escaped from Camp Gonzalez, juvenile camp. So he had been hanging around up at Lewis Park. And he came and told us, man, yeah, man, people from Lewis Park want to meet us, man. Meet y'all, man. It would be Power. And I said, shit, that's just what I need, because you know why? I got to reflect on those parties we was going to. When they say, Pip here, Power here. So if they deep, Lewis Park, we might sound a lot of that. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to football practice at Gonzalez Park over here by the fire station. So I'm rolling, they pulled me over in the Blue Nova. Icky Dawson jumped up. What's up, Ganado? You over there with them crabs? Bobby Jones, Bobby Lloyd, Kenny Bryant, and Bobby Preston. So they kicked my bike. Icky Dawson kicked my bike.
Oh, Icky Dawson was from Lewis Park, Peru.
And Buddy Paul tried to hit me, and then Kenny Bryant said, no, let Ganado alone, he cool, he ain't no crab. But they bust me up and broke my bike. So they let me go. I picked my bike up, put it on my shoulder like this, and I walked all the way over there from by Benjamin O. Davis with my bike on my head, all the way to the village. Threw my bike down. Mom said, what's wrong with you, boy? Left, went straight to the Grandies. With Mac Salties, King Rat, Honcho, all of them was up there. And they see me fucked up. What happened, Ganado? I told them they jumped on me.
The Peru was originally from the west side of Peru Street. Brother named Puddin' Town, brother named Vincent Owens, bartender. Other brother, they started off a block called Peru. When the Compton CC, and they had Compton CC first started, and they had Park Village. They had a thing called Boot Hill across the street from Park Village. They were Crips.
Park Village was we was always Crips.
They had the Grannies. Well, when Compton CC, the Compton Crips first started.
Shit. When they jumped on me after that, me and Salty and Movie Star went rolled on them in their mama's car. I got on the bike and they parked around the corner and I blast. Come back. I've been banging ever since, my nigga. Hard than a motherfucker.
And they had a boys' home on Pine off of Santa Fe. They bobbed up in there, Bob Simmons ran ran the house.
Did you know Bob Simmons?
Yeah, I knew Bob Simmons.
Explain what type of race and person he was.
Say that again?
Was he a white dude, black dude?
You're a black dude.
He was a black dude.
Yeah.
And was he cool? Was he
Yeah.
strict?
He was he had a concern for the youth in the community, the black youth, especially after the Watts riot. They had grants had been available. They made available after the Watts riot, and he was up with getting grants. He ran a boys' home. I never went to it because of the gang atmosphere. I grew up on the west side, around the corner from the police station, and they had an organization called Malcolm X Foundation. Not the Black Panthers, but the Malcolm X Foundation. So I grew up more being influenced by militants, Black Panther Party, Malcolm X Foundation, and brothers like Bob Simmons, who would come back and try to organize the community, try to uplift me and raise the community or clean the community up, whatever you want to put it. Going back to where I arrested, man, go back to Inky Dawson. The two brothers to try to jump on him all the time, and I never, we never did that. Always been head up. So each time I saw two dudes trying to rush easy, Inky Dawson, I would support him from jumping on him. So I never knew why they were against each other, Crip and Blood, because they were both black. So I never understand that. When it got to
What year are we talking about?
we're talking about 72, late 71, early 72. I went to camp for 6 months, and that's when I first heard or really was familiar with Crips and Blood from going to juvenile hall, going to camp. I met Inky Dawson. So when I got on the street, I stayed out like 3 months before I caught the murder at 16. When we started US, it was basically not to allow the East Side, to get into a disunity. I went to jail for murder. And after I went to jail, I found the first one called a murder. And within the year of going to court or being locked up, U.S. ceased to exist anymore. One of the brothers that was with us named Knuckles got into it over a car. What were you talking about?
Knuckles got into it about a car.
No. Something happened. Someone stole Knuckles' car. All right, and I don't know. I think Bruno could probably elaborate on that. I was in jail, but whatever happened has created a split. Okay, now Vincent Jones, like I said, we had from Atlanta Drive to Alameda. So we had Atlanta Drive, Clay Park was apart, South Park was apart, and Worcester Park was apart. There wasn't no Santana.
Right.
It wasn't no Atlanta Drive.
Right.
It was all U.S.
Oaks Park.
On that Oaks Park.
Right.
What did U.S. stand for?
Us. It was us. And us against, not against Crip and Pyru, but us against, we weren't going to allow that disunity to come.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You brought up some guys from West Side Pyru going over to Ludus Park. What was the significance of you saying that?
Okay, it was like a unity. it wasn't no conflict when they came on that side.
between Pyru and U.S. boy.
Yeah. But no conflict, period.
Okay.
Because we were black.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm a militant. So I always felt the unity and always expressed it and always represented it.
Okay, if it was unity amongst all blacks, what was the purpose of West Side Pyru needing Luda's Park?
No. It wasn't that they needed it. Now, if let's see, do a place to give on skating parties inside the gym. There's a lot of dance up there too, and everybody came to them. And it wasn't it would have been no disunity in the beginning among brothers in Compton, because we supported all over Compton. We supported West Side, the East Side, and Swamps, Park Village, Centerview, the Zone. We partied, but something happened that stopped that. What was it? Johnny Cochran was my attorney. You know how you can't afford an attorney, and they give you a state appointed? They appointed Johnny Cochran.
How lucky was you?
That's a load of dice. Now, it was so much racism in that county jail. I seen sheriff beat two brothers to death right in front of me.
Wait a minute.
Stomp them to death. I hate the police. We used to fight them. They couldn't beat me till they weren't until I was too young. They beat me up though, but not to where in this show. They would put me in a strip cell, with no lights. Like imagine a bathroom.
Right.
Bathroom. Nothing, take the toilet, the sink. There's a hole in the floor. They give you a mat. They put me in a cell called strip cell for weeks. Now, Irma telling me, now I get it, they got the juvenile team. They probably try to keep us separated from adults, but they can't. They don't care. They don't. This is in the beginning when brothers started catching the murders, the gang members,
Right.
that generation.
Right.
No. So I meet everybody.
Did you meet Johnny Jones?
What was the nickname?
JJ. From Oaks Park, Big Johnny Jones. He caught one of the first murders at Whaley Junior High when he hit the Hispanic guy in the head with a cake cutter. And remember they had borrowed cake cutters from school?
See, I was just all that.
Yeah.
See,
So
I went with
that year that you speak about.
no.
Well,
I was going through my shit. I was very.
What was Johnny Cochran's strategy for defending? Because he's known for attacking the elements and just looking at the procedures and whether you were Mirandized or did they violate your constitutional rights. He's very good at attacking.
I did mine. I did my murder.
You did your murder. Yeah. So there was. But
There
still,
was no defense.
did he, okay, you saying there wasn't no defense. So
Before
And it was high profile too.
it was high profile. I was first, you tried to adult.
You're the first youth tried as an adult
At
in
16.
California?
At 16.
Right, in California?
In California. Yeah. Matter of fact, I don't think I was younger than that until that later on back east. I think the youngest now is 15, something like that. But I was the first 16 in California, right when gangs was really, everybody catching murders.
was youth authority life sentence 5 years still?
Yeah, matter of fact, I skipped that. Don't have me in YTS to go to court. So I was going through what they call a fitness hearing. They couldn't keep me in the juvenile hall lockup, so they put me on a yard. I think it was ENF, I think. It was full of Crips. And they gave a Crip jacket on me, so I was a Crip killer.
How did that work for you? I know it was your eyes.
Man. But see, I knew some of the brothers, anybody know me know I'm a damn motherfucker. I'm cool and I'm down. So brothers who knew, like, they were looking for me, didn't know me. The one that did know me, didn't tell on me. Because sometimes they should slip me inside the tank with the adults. And they been there talking about whipping my ass. They said, yeah, Tommy Dean going to court this morning. And they been in the tank looking for me. And I'm riding in the tank with them. They thought I was real buff. But back then, dudes that had reputation, a real buff. So anyone you know, like Tookie, anyone, Raymond Washington he was buff.
So you was in jail with Raymond Washington?
I was just tracing with him. I rubbed shoulder with almost all the original brothers that went to jail for murder. We was in there organized. In there is a whole different atmosphere among the brothers. You know, you crip, you this, you that. Back then, you did your thing, but anything happened with the other race, we automatically came together.
How was Raymond Washington as an individual?
See, I couldn't answer that question truthfully because a partner I ran with, they didn't get along. And
You got a name?
yeah, Ray Fool. Yeah. And Tracy, he don't game, but he from Compton. He from Compton, but he was good from the shoulder. And Russell was good from the shoulder too. And then they think they had a thing up. You had a thing with my partner behind that, who, you know, between those two, who was the tougher. So one time he came behind.
Say his name again?
Ray Fool.
Ray Fool.
Yeah, Ray Fool. We walked down.
Was he part of U.S.?
No. But he you know, he born and raised in Compton though.
Yeah.
You know Patrick?
Yeah.
His brother.
Okay.
Big Pat, his brother. He came up behind Ray Fool because we going to trial and knocked him, you know, come from behind him and knocked him down in the hallway in Tracy. So they head up on the yard. Nice fight too. I think it was even, man.
Even fight?
Yeah.
This is Los Angeles.